Hey, sexy people. You ever have that moment where you say something, you're sure you're being clear, and your partner responds, and you're looking at them like that dog who just heard that weird noise? You get the head tilt, the confusion, maybe even a little concern, and your brain is screaming, How? How did you get that out of what I just said? But before we dive in, hi, I'm Taylor K. Sparks, your ethical non-monogamy coach and sex goddess. And I have been certified in studying human behavior for more than 18 years and was a corporate trainer for 10 years with a focus on communication skills, negotiations, conflict resolution, management, and leadership. So back to that moment of uncertainty, the head tilt. That moment has a name, and it's called the interpersonal gap. It's when what you meant and what they heard are not the same thing. The words that came out of your mouth did not quite match up with the intention that was in your head. And here's the fun part. That gap is built into how communication actually works. And so there are three ingredients, if you will, the three parts that make up communication. That in a sense, in every message, they are there. They are words, body language, and tone. And if you had to put a percentage on each of them together to add up to 100%, I want you to guess in your head, or if you're brave, write it down in the comments, which gets the biggest slice. What percentage is words, what percentage is tone, and what percentage is body language. And continue to listen, and I, of course, will give you that before the end. Now, if that wasn't enough, let's add our good friend bias on top. We all have it. You do, I do, your partner does. Bias, of course, is not the same as prejudice or racism, but it absolutely shapes how we hear each other. You might have a bias against me, and I would never know, right? Like maybe it's based on your past experience with women coaches, or black women coaches, or black women, or black women with locks, or sexually free black women with locks who coach about sex and ethical non-monogamy. Okay, that's a very specific stack of bias, but people do have it, and if you do, it will affect how you hear and receive every single thing that I say, and there's absolutely nothing that I can do about that. So this same thing applies in your life. When you're talking to your partner, a coworker, boss, metamor, whoever, there is inevitable bias in the room. It could be your race, your hair, your body size, your religion, your clothing, your accent. It could be your job, your gender, your relationship style. Some of it they're aware of, some of it they're not, but it's in the mix. Now, here's the part most folks don't like. As the speaker, you are 100% responsible for the words that come out of your mouth. No, you are not responsible for their childhood, their triggers, their ex, but you are responsible for how you deliver your side of the conversation. That means at some point in the conversation, you need to stop and check in. Ask, am I being clear? Can maybe you repeat back and tell me what you heard me say, maybe in your own words? And then stop talking. Shut up and listen. Not to argue, not to build your next rebuttal, but to clarify or correct what they may have misunderstood or even filled in with their own story. On the flip side, as the listener in the conversation, you are 100% responsible for the information that you're receiving. It is not good listening to just sit there, assume, and then just go stew about it later. Your job is to get clarity. Ask, wait, when you said X, what did you mean exactly? Or can you say that in a different way? Active listening is not just nodding your head and then saying, okay, cool. A lot of you think that, communication is you get to say what you want without getting any clarity or feedback and just being done with the conversation. That's not communicating. That's throwing up on your partner and then kind of leaving them, to mop it all up. Now, let's go back to those three ingredients that make up communication. You have words, body language, and tone. And the breakdown is this. Body language is 55%, tone is 38%, and actual words are only 7%. 7%. Yes, we all grew up hearing, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? But the how lives in the body language. So what does that mean in this world of text, emails, DMs, and of course comments, right? It means that when you're typing, you are communicating only with 7% of your toolkit, right? 7. You are sending only the words, and people are filling in the other 93% from their own mood, their own bias, or whatever story that they're telling to themselves already that's in their head about life or with you or even the subject. So yes, yeah, sure, emojis can help, but they only sort of hint and imply the tone. So that's why so many of you are out here having full-blown arguments in text threads like, I can't believe what you said, then you got, what the hell? And I'm over here like, are you going to, what are you going to do, drive by and bust a cat lock on somebody? Like, arguing and text and chat and yes, these comments, it's just wild to me. So here's the bottom line. If you have something important to say or a message you really don't want misinterpreted, at the very least, pick up the phone or do a video message, or audio message, or a video chat, or record a video and send it. Give the other person the tone and the words, right? And ideally, body language too. So you can address any misunderstanding in real time instead of 3 days and 50 damn screenshots later. And remember, so much of what gets taken personally in the comments and messages is really just people trying to have deep, layered conversations, but with only 7% of the communication toolkit. Now, if you're realizing, oh, yeah, my communication could use a little improving, or maybe I could brush up and get a little better at speaking and listening in a way that actually lands when I'm talking to people, you have until the end of the day today to register for tomorrow's 90-minute live lab, Use Your Words. There we're going to break not only this down, but give you a good sample, difficult conversation format that you can use with partners, family, work, and yes, of course, even in ethical non-monogamy. And it's going to help you to stop doing these kind of drive-by monologues and start actually connecting. You can sign up on the group coaching page on the group coaching section at organiclovin.com. And until next time, or Saturday, your love, your rules, and your freedom. Bye-bye.